Hello, and welcome to the Quinny Queens of Real Estate podcast hosted by Mandy and Elise from the Royal Group Century 21, Lanthorne & Associates Real Estate Brokerage here in Belleville, Ontario. First things first, today we need to give a huge shout out to Melissa from Sterling Photography, who took our pictures, which you will now see on our cover of this podcast. So She was fantastic. She was quick. She was funny. And
if you're looking for a photographer in the Quinte area, the Sterling Photographer, you can find her on Instagram and Facebook. And we will also add a link to her website in this description of this podcast. So make sure to check her out if you're looking for some family photos.
Yeah, give her a nice little like.
That's my definitely follow her. Okay, so today we are going to discuss the pros and cons of decorating your home during the holiday season while you're listing your home, while your home's on the market. So Mandy, what are your thoughts? Are you pro decorating?
So I am pro decorating because, it's just so nice. And you've got your tree and everything looks so great and so homey. And typically everything smells nice during Christmas.
We're playing footsies over here.
So I am pro decorating for sure. But we're specifically talking about when you're on the market. So to put that kind of into perspective, we've talked about it a lot, a hot seller's market. So if you kind of list your home, let's say December 1st, typically, fingers crossed, but most likely your house is probably going to sell before Christmas. So then when people see your listing photos and they see the Christmas trees and all the things, then they're going to know those pictures translate and that makes sense. But if your house did sit and it's now mid-January, and people are clicking through and they see your Christmas tree and all of the stuff, it doesn't translate as well and the pictures don't look as nice as they could. So although I am pro decorating, I am pro decorating after your listing pictures have been taken.
Agreed.
Good. Perfect. So that makes sense.
Yes.
So now we've talked about the inside of the house.
Yeah.
Are there any things that we could do?
On the inside of the house?
On the inside of the house.
Yeah. So like if you want to make a little nod to the holiday season, like you could have like the typical decor, like a wreath on your front door, like an evergreen wreath.
Works.
That's very timeless. It's very wintry. It goes with anything. You could have a bowl of pine cones, like the pretty glittery ones, or like some cranberries, that type of thing. Tea towels.
Yes.
So like you can make little nods to it before, but without being too festive.
Yes, for sure. We do not need the sparkly lights going off in those photos.
And the Christmas tree as well. Like
something really, I don't know that you should have the Christmas tree for the photos.
But after you take the photos.
For sure,
yes.
afterwards.
Yes.
Okay, so what about outside? Can we do dancing Santas on the lawn?
Yes, so a Santa is like a blow up is going to make your yard look smaller than it is. And to some people, like blow ups are tacky. So when you're listing your home, you have to kind of think about neutrality and what is going to sell the best, right? Like it can be uncomfortable to sell your home. It's not a fun time to sell your home because one, you got to keep it spotless constantly, act like nobody lives there. And two, like it's not going to be as comfortably your home because you're marketing it. Somebody has to look at your home and be like, this is my future home, right?
They have to see themselves there.
Exactly.
And if you start putting these things, they can't envision it.
You need to make your home look the best possible way that is going to be. So the Santa blow-ups, like reindeer blow-ups, like the nativity scene, hold off on those. If you can, this year, I don't want to be a total Scrooge, but it'll look better if you don't have a ton of things on your yard. It'll present well. And what you could do instead, which actually could highlight the architecture of your home, you can put lights along your eaves troughs, like just a very simple, white light that will highlight the look of your home without being too much.
Too much, for sure.
Yeah. So
that's kind of it. That's kind of it for the decorating. You just have to be less is more in the sense when you're listing your home, kind of throughout. So nothing really for pictures, and then less is more in your actual house during that season.
Yes.
We understand it's hard, especially like if you have kids and they're super excited, but less kind of things that are going on, the easier it is for someone to see what.
And that goes with any holiday, not necessarily just like in December. That's also for like Easter. Or
Halloween.
Yeah. Like those are big ones where it's like,
You
it's
don't
easy
want
to go
somebody, like,
overboard.
jumping out at you.
No. Can you imagine? You go to like a house and it just jumps out. Oh man. Yeah.
Not a good
So
idea.
no. And, okay, Mandy.
Yes.
So back to the seller's market,
Sure.
because you said, right now we're in the seller's market.
Yes.
Do you think we're going to slow down over the holiday season? Do you see that happening this year?
Okay, so yes and no. If that, it's kind of one of those twofold questions. Yes, I think things will slow down. One, it's Christmas. So typically like that week kind of leading up and the week after, nothing is really going on. If it is, it's that, you have those serious buyers that really actually kind of need to find something for a specific date and they're going to be out. But it's kind of like, we discussed it in September. There's that slowdown just kind of at the end of August and into September as people are going back to school. And you're going to see that same kind of trend.
Yeah.
Do I think the seller's market is going to slow down? No, not at all. Like that's just going to continue going. But I think in market sales, yes, over the holidays.
I agree. So there's definitely going to be a few less listings. Few less listing? Is that a word?
Even I don't even know if we could have any less. That's the problem.
Yeah, we will probably see it pick back up in January.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, thank you. That's all for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Please email the Royal Group at century21.ca or, like our Facebook page or Instagram. We're on it all if you have any questions or comments. So